good news for all. This past Monday morning, 18 of us, youngsters and adults, marched out those front doors, piled into 5 cars, and made our way to the Benedictine living community. Our goal was to bring some Christmas cheer to a handful of some of our older congregational members who are residents in some of St. Peter's senior living facilities. Armed with song sheets, a Bible, gifts galore from the ladies of our social ministry committee, and one-of-a-kind designer Christmas cards made by our confirmation students, the 18 of us set off on this journey of goodwill. Our visit, I think, came as a surprise to some of the seniors. Not everyone was prepared to have such a motley crew invade the privacy of their rooms. But most of our members seemed eager to spend some time with us. Sometimes we found them alone in their rooms. Sometimes we found our friends in the dining room, having coffee or eating breakfast. But once we found them and surrounded them, we launched into choruses of a few of our favorite Christmas carols. And then, when it seemed right, one of the kids would read the story of Jesus' birth from the Bible. Then we officially presented a large bag filled with festive gifts and cards and dramatically closed our visit with a rousing rendition of "We Wish You a Merry Christmas." After saying our goodbyes, we headed out the door, and much to the kids' delight, we capped off the morning by ending up at Godfather's Pizza for lunch. That may have been the best part of the day, I don't know. By all accounts, though, it was a wonderful morning. You probably know or might have guessed that we make these visits every year. And every year, I learn again just how important these trips are. Every year begins the same way. The kids are always a bit nervous or apprehensive at first. They slowly file into a resident's room and shyly give the senior a quick once-over, as if to ask, what should I expect here? What is this old duffer all about? And in similar fashion, our seniors most of the time demonstrate a bit of reserve as well upon being surrounded by a dozen strangers, teenagers that is, until the ice is broken and they know exactly what's in store for them. At some point, after a carol or two has been sung, it always seems appropriate to take a little time for introductions. So I often begin to tell the seniors who these kids are and the adults who have chaperoned them there. And then I tell the kids a bit about this person in their midst. And I tell them that, well, this person was a college professor and a mayor. And this lady is 101 years old. And this guy worked at the Regional Treatment Center for decades. And this husband and wife are blessed with extraordinary senses of humor. And this lady grew up in the mountains of Virginia. And this man taught economics for years. And this lady is a voracious reader and has a memory that just won't quit. On and on. Each person that we visit, I reminded the kids, has a story. And each person is important, whether they're sharp as a tack or a million miles away, lost in dementia. The kids soon recognize that all of us, kids and seniors alike, are God's own children. All of us, standing or sitting together, have gathered there because we have one thing in common. We're connected by a story, the story of Jesus. No matter who we are in that room, no matter how different we are in age or mental acuity or health or experience or wisdom. It is that story which has brought us together. Every year, I look forward to these visits so that our young people can become familiar with and enjoy telling the story of Jesus' birth to our older congregational members, and so that our seniors can return the favor. Together, we sing the carols of Christmas. Together, we rejoice in the birth narratives from Luke or Matthew. Together, we bask in the familiar words and the time-honored cadences of the story. Together, we celebrate Christmas born again in our midst. Truth be told, I'm already looking forward to next December when a different batch of young people will make the journey to visit a different batch of seniors. What fun it will be to join once again in joyful celebration of the greatest story ever told. For this is the story that brings light and life to a dark world. This is the story that brings peace and blessing to all who hear. This is the story that binds up the brokenhearted, heals the sick, gives freedom to those who are captive, and brings sustenance to the hungry. This is the story that shepherds tell and angels sing. This is the story that binds us together. This is the story of Jesus the Christ, the newborn babe, the crucified Messiah, and the risen Lord. May the Christmas story be told as long as there are mouths to speak, voices to sing, and ears to hear. In the name of the newborn Christ child, Merry Christmas to you each.